just nice to be rubbed, you know.
You know, when you get to a certain age, you're right, John. You're right.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Les Audiophiles. My name's John, his name's Andy.
It is.
Now, it's censor around sound in a 2-inch wall. Well, I was waiting for the communist call. I didn't ask for sunshine, and I got World War III. I'm looking over the wall, and they're looking at me. More on that later.
Okay.
But first, Andy has a track for us all to share in.
Yes.
What do you got, Andy?
The track that I'd like you to listen to is called Pillars, and it is by the band Sunny Day Real Estate. So we will we listened to Roses and Water
Yes.
Gosh, 8-9 months ago or something, and it's been a while since we've heard anything from them since. So I thought, oh, this is a great tune by them off the same album. And this is actually the opening track on the album. So I'd like you to go off and give it a listen and come back and let me know what you make of this, if the second time with them was a success, or if this one didn't rub you the right way.
It's just nice to be rubbed, you know.
You know, when you get to a certain age, you're right, John. You're right.
As I've told them down at the town hall many times. Right, I shall go off and listen to this and come back and report.
Excellent.
Nice start. There's something about that start. There's that eerie sort of synthy noise, and then the way the guitar is played, sort of picking the notes, it immediately sort of signals to me melancholy of a kind. And the drums and the bass seem it's a familiar sound to the previous song. No, it's not the same style, but that sound is very familiar. So immediately I've put in a place, or imagine a place. Let's see what happens, but it's a good start.
But you always want to stay the same, girl. I know you wanna be the rain. I know that we would fall in there for a time and then unfall again. For a while I'd take you marrying no guns, dawns gray, the sign and no winter light. I know that you can feel the pain, your eyes speak 100 million nights. Don't tell me you
this is what I'm guessing. I know we have different sort of usage of the word emo, American versus British, but this is a sort of teeny angst type emo. I'm not getting much of the lyrics at the moment. That bit there, I guess, prior was the chorus. Don't tell me you've gone astray. Something about I will walk in circles. Um, but I like then this part here where the one of the guitars is mimicking the vocal melody, which is quite pleasing. Um, yeah, it's you can feel these emotional undercurrents of the song. It's quite interesting.
Go through the museum and set apart. I know that you can feel the pain. Your eyes speak 100 million lies. Don't tell me you've gone astray. I walk in circles. I've seen a million things that tell me so. Totally
Yes, interesting one. I liked it. I didn't love it. I liked it. I mean, I do like this band's rhythm section. The drum wasn't particularly flash, but really decent, and it creates a lovely tight rhythm and sound with the bass as well. Um, and there were bits in that song that were really nice. Sort of breaking the sort of three quarters of the way through, I think it was, with the guitars playing, and it kind of felt circular going round. And like I got the overall impression from that sort of chorusy bit that is with someone else who's maybe dicking him around. Don't tell me you've gone astray. I think that's what he said. And it kind of felt like that. That he's caught up with this other person and doesn't sound like it's particularly good, but he can't get out of it. That's the impression I got from it. Which, come on, it's one of the main topics of teen angst, isn't it? I can't get what I want. I've got what I want, and it isn't what I wanted, or somebody else is getting what I want. um, so yeah, the overall song I did like. I didn't love. It didn't hit hard for me, but it's decent, definitely, and you can tell they're good musicians. There's something in there. All right, let's go back and chat with Andy.
Ah, welcome back. You've made it. So great to see
Mhm.
you. And what do you make of Pillars?
Yes, I remember Roses in Water, and I remember what I liked in particular about it, and that hasn't changed. Um, okay, I'll come out and say I like this song. I didn't love it, but I liked it, and there's bits to it that frustrated me a little bit, but
Hmm.
I'll get into that. So it starts off. There's that, and this is all one word: eerie synth, elongated, echoing note. Um, at the start, and it straight away, I mean, like 1.5 seconds, I'm thinking Unforgettable Fire, Lanois and Eno production. Yeah, it's just that echoing bit. It's
Hmm.
just that ingrained in me, like we said before about certain sounds. Then the guitar joins, and with that riff and a very sympathetic bass that's kind of cornering the riff, as it were, it immediately made me feel melancholic within 5 seconds. And if that was what they were trying to do, well done.
Yeah.
If they're trying to do an upbeat song, then they missed the mark, but I don't think so. And I have to say also a simple but really, really great sounding beat from the drums. I just adored it. And there's nothing like flash or wonderful about it. It just sounded right. Now, I think I stopped it there and said that the rhythm section in particular does have a sound to them, which I recognised instantly from Roses and Water as well.
Hmm.
And it's a sound that I particularly love. There's nothing amazing at this point anyway, or in the, it's very good in the other song as well. But their sound, those two together, is really pleasing to me. They got something, and it really works. I really, really like it, and it is the foundation for pretty much most songs. You know, um, yeah. So it's just worth mentioning that. So this
Yeah.
seems like a more straightforward song than the previous I've mentioned, Roses and Water, musically speaking. Your man starts singing with an extended sort of gentle moan, which again gives this kind of melancholic feel. And he has a gentle voice, which immediately sort of matches a feeling of like forlorn or wistful remembrance. Is the tone I'm getting from it, almost like he's thinking back or he's talking about a situation. It doesn't have to be months or years ago. It could be yesterday or last week. But that's again all from this is what I'm getting. Because to be fair, I don't mind his voice, but it wasn't crystal clear. To me anyway, trying to pick it. And it's really, again, it's not annoying, but you'll hear a word and then you won't be able to catch, or I would not be able to catch the next two, and then I'd hear another word. So it's,
Hmm.
you know, it's a one-armed Morse operator, you're just getting the dots and not the dashes. But anyway, um, I really liked as he's singing the sort of first verse, we'll call it. I like the drummer was very tastefully riding the crash cymbal for the two lines before the chorus. And again, that was just a nice little element to it, and I like all that shit. So yeah, I did catch the chorus because he sung it several times, and that actually was quite clear as well. I thought, don't tell me you've gone astray. I walk in circles. I've seen a million things that tell me so. Yeah, it's a really nice. I don't know. It's not straightforward, A B A B etc. So it's a nice scan and a nice melody to the chorus as well. I found that really catchy, and I liked the chorus a lot. It goes into the second verse, and at this point, the guitar is now starting to mimic the vocal melody, which again I really liked. And that doubling down is a pleasing effect, but also gave me the impression that his guitar is like his mate saying, I've got your back on this, yeah, I'll back you up, or whatever you're saying, And I imagine he's, talking about wrongs that have been done to him or whatever, what he regretted, but I couldn't quite make it out. But you get this emotional undercurrent from it, which again is really pleasing. So the second chorus goes, and then it bleeds into this more angst-ridden declaration sort of from the chorus. And he sings something about turn around. That's the only words I got from that. And his voice actually stretches more as well. And then, that didn't really work for me as well as the chorus. I can see why they're doing it. It's like a crescendo of emotion, because then you get this wave riding the top and then it crashes down. And when it does break down, you get a couple of howls from the guitar, and they're quite nice. And you just get that great drumming, which just, again, is simple, but just sounds brilliant. Then Mr. Fat Bass joins in, and there's another, really nice instrumental break. And this time sort of like chiming guitars. And there's moody vocal wails over the top as well. And then he says a couple of bombos, a couple of lines, which I didn't quite make out. I think at this point, I'm just concentrating on that, give it up. I understand. I'm hearing him. I'm registering his singing. I'm sure it's important, but the words escape me. The chorus again, and I've written down, I really like this chorus. And then at the end of it, there's a really, really nice just drum fill. Again, simple, but just, just you've not had any of that at that point. So it came as a little bit of a surprise, and it's just really nice, And he could have done loads more shit. It was just really tasteful drumming, but I think I said before, I liked it. And again, there's that bit after the chorus, post-chorus or whatever you want to call it. Again, not so this. By this time, I was absolutely convinced that I didn't like it so much. And then it strolls to the end with more, I will call them guitar atmospherics. They're sort of like little sort of, tinkerings over the top and noises, and it kind of goes into Unforgettable Fire, Fade Out as well. So yeah, I did like this. I like this a lot, actually. I didn't quite love it, and I would say just those little bits post-chorus sort of didn't work for me. And I think a little bit more something in the verse, if it just had a bit more oomph to whatever, would have made me absolutely adore this. But I will say this, they've got all the elements there. They've got something in this band, particularly the rhythm section. I could see myself really liking their stuff if it matched my taste, as it were. They can do what they like. It's up to them. I said on the reaction, I wasn't sure what this is about, but I got from it that it's a kind of from him saying, don't tell me you've gone astray, this circular argument he's gone having about a relationship with someone where I don't know if he's in that thing of accuse, regret, forgiveness, accuse, regret, forgiveness, all that going around. But I did say in the reaction that the sort of main themes of teen angst are, I can't get what I want, I got what I want, but it isn't what I wanted, or somebody else is getting what I want. They're the sort of main ones you get with, and this kind of felt that emo-y teen angst, sort of undercurrent to it. So yeah, all in all, it's a really good song, and I did enjoy it.
Excellent. I would agree with you a little bit on I guess if I had to pick a part that I didn't like, the most, or was, for me, it'd be a little bit different because I wasn't completely turned off by it. But the post choruses, I guess I could see catching one off guard on their first listen and being like, that's an interesting choice. What I disagree with you on are the verses, actually. I love the music and the verses on this. It's not complicated, it's not crazy, but it's tasteful, and the similar but counter melody that the bass is doing to what the guitar is doing, I think that's like, there's like this you said melancholy, and you're right, but there's this melancholic beauty to the notation of that bass melody, which is, oftentimes just like, hey, just be a rhythm instrument, but it's doing some like really nice stuff, but albeit simple stuff in that verse. And I really just love the spacing and the room that's created in the verse musically. It just, I don't know, feels good to my ears. So yeah.
Different things with different people, obviously.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, I'm glad that you gave it a listen. I'm glad that you now can say that, like, having heard 2 songs by them, that you kind of like their sound and what they're going for. And you can appreciate that. So that's, that's good. That's all one wants, I suppose. But yeah, we'll go over, like John and I've discussed already. We've done a reaction to them before, so I'll link that in the description below when I'm doing the editing for this video. So you can go back and catch probably a bit more detail than what we're going to get into this as it relates to the band. And even this album, well, I've got a couple blurbs for you, but I mean, they come off the same album, so there's some discussion there as well. And then we'll get into the tune a bit. So the band member recap real quick here. Jeremy Enig, guitar, keyboard, lead vocals. Dan Horner on guitar, backing vocals. Jeff Palmer on bass, and William Goldsmith on percussions and drums. And I think I probably am obligated to say this because it'll end up in the comments field anyway, but their original bass player on their first album was Nate Mendel, who is now the Foo Fighters bass player and has been. In fact, at one point, Dave Grohl had commandeered Goldsmith and Nate Mendel from this band when they were on a little bit of a shaky hiatus period, pulled them over to the Foo Fighters project. We all know what happened there, but Goldsmith actually got the axe from the Foo Fighters and ended up it's hard to live up to the standards of Dave Grohl when you're his drummer. So he left Foo Fighters and went back to being in Sunny Day Real Estate, and then that's when they got Jeff Palmer, and I believe this was the first album that Palmer appeared on as the new bass player. So and it is the opening track on How It Feels to Be Something On, which was the 1998 album. Scott Heron of Sputnik Music writes, How It Feels to Be Something On was immediately praised by critics and fans alike and lives up to its billing as one of the greatest records of all time. That's saying a lot. The band has always been artsy, but on this record, they flirt with progressive rock, and there is a spiritual feel to a lot of the songs, which is probably Enig's influence. For the 20-year anniversary of the album's release, Chris DeVille of Stereo Gum wrote, How It Feels to Be On Something doesn't sound like emo by any conventional definition. Honestly, it's hard to categorize at all. Jeremy Enig's unmistakable angelic yowling, his and Dan Horner's alternately gorgeous and ferocious guitar interplay, and the band's unconventional winding song structures, the surprise orchestral flourishes, the Eastern melodies that tweak such firmly Western rock music just enough to lend it an alien quality. It all adds up to an album that somehow sounds more radio ready by 1998 alt rock standards while also eluding definition. Those are a lot of words for something that eludes definition, but he tried. He gave it his all. There's no question there. AllMusic gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Pitchfork gave it a 9.3 out of 10. Rolling Stone gave it 4 out of 5 stars. And Tiny Mixtapes awarded it 5 out of 5 stars. So that is a little bit about the album and the artist. We'll get into the lyrics of this here tune. And they are, but you were always one to say this, to stay the same, girl. I know you want to be the rain. And I know that what would fall in there for a time, and I know that we would fall in there for a time and then unfall again. For a while, I'll take you, burying old bones. Dawn's gray, the sign in the winter light, and I know that you can feel the pain. Your eyes speak 100 million lies. Don't tell me you've gone astray. I walk in circles. I've seen a million things that tell me so. But I was one to play the fool, girl, though rules were somewhat dark to me. And I know that we could fall in there for a time and then unfall again. For a while, I give you darium-bound stones, grow through the roots of your mind set apart. And I know that you can feel the pain. Your eyes speak 100 million lies. Don't tell me you've gone astray. I walk in circles. I've seen million things that tell me so. Total anxiety, pay for variety. Oh, we'll wait for time to turn around. To turn around your faith, we'll wait for time to turn. The world we sold, there was a choir there. The world we sold, there was a choir there. Disgrace for you. Don't tell me you've gone astray. I talk in circles, everlasting chains that bind my purpose. Only I've seen million things that tell me so. Total anxiety, pay for variety. Oh, we'll wait for time to turn around your faith. We'll wait for time to. Choked on society, laced with cyanide. Oh, we'll wait for time to turn around your faith. We'll wait for time to turn. So yeah, it is a complex and emotional song about the relationship that has crumbled under the weight of misunderstandings and miscommunication and perhaps some adultery. I don't know. The burying of old bones has this weird connotation to my ears anyway.
I got two things out of that from you, and you know, I didn't pick up the lyrics, obviously, just hearing them for the first time from you reading them. But I got two things out of that. One, he's a bit of a drama queen, isn't he? But also, two,
Welcome to emo.
I got the impression just through bits of that, and you know, you'll have to study the whole lyrics to see. But I got the idea from that actually she is being unfaithful with the author of the song, like she's with someone else, and say like, don't say that I was straight, just when you're with me. That's the idea I got from it. But before I was thinking that she's gone off and he's tying himself in knots, but it's more of that, and they were talking about them falling in together, sort of thing, or the fall, the original sin. That's the impression I got. It probably isn't, but it definitely, some of it, the society, was it strychnine or something? It's like, bloody hell, that's a bit strong. Come on. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm glad you gave this one a go, man. Thanks for scoping it out and entertaining that. Appreciate
Yeah,
you.
You're welcome.
All right, guys out there in the listening audience, let us know what you think of Sunny Day Real Estate and the song Pillars. If you've heard it before, if this is new to you, if it reminded you of anything that you're familiar with, drop in the comments below. That's what the field is there for. And we always enjoy interacting with you guys and seeing you guys interact with one another. If you haven't yet, please be so kind as to like, share, and subscribe. We can't grow this channel without you, and we always appreciate everything you guys do as far as contributing suggestions for Friday episodes, and pushing out and sharing this when you can. Does mean a lot to us. And hopefully John and I will see all y'all and maybe some more on the next episode of the Audiophiles. See you later, guys.